Today, I've got a really fun project, a set of Cypress rocking chairs, actually 2 Adirondack style rockers and a matching kids chair. The owner didn't just want a natural wood look this time, they wanted color. And that's the perfect scenario to bring in 2 of my favorite products together, real milk paint for the color and outdoor defense oil to protect it and make it outdoor ready. In this video, I'm going to show you how combining milk paint with outdoor defense oil creates a stunning lasting finish for your outdoor furniture. I'll walk you through the whole process start to finish, prepping the wood, mixing and applying the milk paint, and then top coating with the oil to lock in that color and make it weatherproof. Plus a few tips along the way that will save you some headaches. Let's finish this. First things first, prep work. I pulled all the hardware off the chairs. It just makes painting so much easier when you're not working around hinges or screws. Then it's a standard sand working up to 220 grit and a good clean to get rid of any dust. Here's a quick pro tip. If you've got any holes to patch, old hardware holes, cracks, whatever, reach for a filler made with real wood dough. It takes stain and paint really well and blends in nicely. Since I'm working in my garage, I laid down cardboard to protect the floor because once we get to the oil stage, that stuff can permanently stain concrete. Now for the fun part, mixing the milk paint. If you've never used real milk paint before, it comes as a powder in a paper container, and inside you'll actually find a marble along with the bag of paint powder. That's not a mistake. That marble has a job, and I'll get to that. The reason it comes as a powder is actually pretty cool. It means no mildew sides are needed, and it cuts down on shipping weight too. The basic ratio is 1:1 powder to water. If you want more of a wash or a stained look, you can add more water than that. As for measuring, don't overthink it. A basic kitchen measuring cup works just fine. It's really about the ratio, not the exact amount. As a rule of thumb, 1 cup of mixed paint covers about 28 square feet for a single coat. Here's a pro tip. I like to mix mine a little on the thicker side. It's a lot easier to thin it out later than to try and thicken it back up. For this project, the 2 rockers and the kids' chair, 2 coats each, I used about 3 quarts of paint total. Now mixing. This is where that marble comes in. For smaller batches, you can literally just shake the container and the marble bounces around inside to break up any clumps. Or you can stir it with a stick or a paint mixer. Either way, go slow. You don't want to whip it and create a bunch of foam. You're looking for a consistency like a melted milkshake, smooth and pourable. If it's too thick, add a splash of water. If it's too thin, add a bit more powder. And if you're not ready to paint right away, you can actually let it rest. It gives the powder more time to fully dissolve. Just give it a stir before you use it. For applying the paint, I recommend a good quality bristle brush, though foam roller works well too. Now, a few tips that'll make a big difference in your result. Here's pro tip number 1. This is the biggest mistake I see people make. Use the body of the paint and not the foam. When you dip your brush in, skim past any foam sitting on the surface and get into the paint itself. Work in manageable sections and try to fully cover each area in one pass. I like to move quickly and finish with long, smooth strokes across the whole length of the piece to help hide brush marks. Keep working your wet edge and don't forget to stir as you go. The pigment in paint can settle out. One more thing to know, milk paint doesn't self-level like a lot of modern paints, so if you see any globs sitting on the surface, brush those out before they dry. I really love how pigmented this paint is, but for full even coverage, plan on 2 coats. And here's a nice perk. Real milk paint dries fast. You're usually only waiting about 30 minutes before you can put on that second coat. Once everything's dry, here's an optional step depending on the piece. You can lightly sand or buff between coats or after your final coat if you want that really smooth, velvety feel. On these chairs, I did that on the arms specifically. Since that's a high-touch area, people are constantly running their hands over. Just use a 220 grit or finer sandpaper or a burnishing pad and go lightly. After sanding or buffing, wipe the whole surface down with a clean cloth to get rid of any loose pigment dust before moving on. So the milk paint's done and dry. Now it's time for the outdoor defense oil. Milk paint on its own isn't water resistant, so by top coating it with an oil, you're giving both the paint and the wood underneath real protection from moisture. You can top coat milk paint with almost any finish, but oil-based finishes will darken the color. Now let's talk about applying outdoor defense oil. These next steps are the same whether you're working over milk paint or bare wood, so pay attention here regardless of what you're finishing. Start by giving the bottle a good shake. There's zinc in the formula, and that can settle out to the bottom, and shaking puts it back into suspension. The bottle has a foil seal under the cap. I just poke a small hole in that with a pencil or a nail, and it makes for a nice controlled pour. Here's a pro tip. Pour a small amount into a separate container rather than working straight from the bottle. A glass or metal container is ideal. You only need a little at a time, and it's just easier to manage. For an applicator, grab a foam or natural bristle brush, something you don't mind tossing when you're done. Now here's the moment that never gets old. Watch the color change as the oil goes on. The milk paint gets so much deeper and richer. It's honestly one of my favorite parts of this whole process. Apply thin, even coats. You want the wood to soak up each coat within about a 40-minute window, so thin and repeated coats beat thick and heavy every time. Do not apply the oil in direct sunlight. It can actually flash cure right on the surface, which you don't want. If you can't move your piece indoors or under cover, plan to oil in the early morning or evening when the sun isn't as intense. As it's absorbing, you'll actually be able to see it happening. Shinier spots are still wet, and matte areas mean the wood has taken it in. Keep applying successive coats as each one gets absorbed. Most projects land somewhere between 3 and 5 coats, but every piece is a little different depending on the wood species, how dry it is, and so on. Here's how you know you're done. Once you notice the oil isn't fully absorbing within that 40-minute window anymore, the wood's telling you it's saturated. At that point, wipe off any excess oil with a clean cloth. Oh, and don't worry if you see a little pigment transfer onto the cloth. That's completely normal. For this project, I let the chair sit overnight, then came back the next day and added another coat or two. But at that point, the oil's already pulled deeper into the wood, so those extra coats are really just topping it off. Once that final coat is on, it's all about patience. This is the curing stage. Outdoor defense oil can take up to 30 days to fully cure. Most projects only need about 10 to 14 days before they're usable, but if you want that full cure, plan on the full 30 days. While these chairs were curing, I checked in on them every so often, just wiping away any oil that wicked back to the surface. And that's it. Once the cure time was up, these Cypress rockers were ready for their new home. Color locked in and fully protected for years outdoors. If you're taking on a project like this, I used real milk paint for the color and outdoor defense oil for the top coat. Links to both are right below this video. If you want to see more projects like this or shop the finishes I used, head over to rmpfinishes.com. And if this helped you out, I'd love it if you followed along for more furniture builds and finishing projects. Thanks for watching. Now go and finish without fear.